I'm going to show you a AAA tactic to increase your odds of finding the right date, the right person, before Valentine's Day. The AAA tactic. Number 1, acknowledge. Number 2, accept. And number 3, act accordingly. Acknowledge. When you are dating, just follow me here, and you're on these sites, you're swiping left, swiping right, dating this one, dating that one. You have to look at this as a period of learning. Now, not necessarily learning for them unless that's what they're trying to do. But you are trying to weed out the riffraff. In other words, is this going to be worth a second date, a third date? Is this going to be worth my time? Or is this leading me down the path of heartbreak again? Now, let me preface what I'm about to say with this. This is for people who are actually looking to find a committed long-term relationship, whether that's maybe your goal is marriage or maybe not. If you are out here dating and you're looking for your person and you're looking for that type of commitment, then you're going to follow the AAA tactic. The AAA tactic does not apply to people who are really just out there to kick up their heels here and there. So talking to the people who are actually looking for a committed relationship, acknowledgement means that while you're out there dating, you already know what kind of character you want them to have. You have first already identified your top 3 values, and you are being guided by those top 3 values as you look for your person. You already know what you don't like from the past, what went wrong in those relationships, things you didn't like, and so that has driven you to already know what you like. That's when the acknowledge part of the AAA tactic comes into play. The minute you see something that you red flag or intuition or no, not checking off the right boxes, you do not proceed with that relationship. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care how they're whining and dining. I don't care how they're love bombing. You cut it off right there. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. The second part of the AAA tactic is to accept. You have already identified what you want in a relationship. You've been there, done there, made those mistakes. You're out here and you see something that is not right or doesn't align with your goals for a committed relationship. Your next step is to accept what you see. Now, I don't mean for that to sound trite, because we miss this as trauma survivors. We will see something and we won't even acknowledge that, let alone accept that our eyes are not lying to us. Once you see something you don't like and you acknowledge, oop, that's there, then what are you going to do? You're either going to try to talk yourself out of that. Oh, but he's this or she's that. And oh, but they this and they that. Or you're going to accept it and decide, no, I'm not willing to chance this turning out any other way than it has for me in the past. It's important to do that. Think back. Before in relationships where we were wearing our trauma glasses, then we would actually see stuff and ignore it. Reality slapping us in our face and we ignore it because we see a few little things like he's whining and dining or she's love bombing or whatever the heck it is. No, we move to the second A, which is we accept what our eyes have seen. We've acknowledged that, we're accepting that. That means no more ignoring your intuition. No more talking yourself out of it. No more taking your lobster out of a dumpster. You accept it. Once you accept it, you have to, here's the third A in the triple A. Act accordingly. Act accordingly. Let me tell you what that does not include. It does not include your lecturing this person about how they don't meet your rules and your guidelines. It does not mean that. It means that you have decided that that is not good enough for you, and to act accordingly means that you cut your losses. Cut your freaking losses. No more of this, oh, but he, oh, but she, and they this and they that. No. And let me tell you why this is not your invitation to lecture them. If a person has shown you who they are, okay, who are you to demand that just because you came across their path that they change who they've shown you that they are? This is a dangerous thing to do when you're seeking the right relationship, people, because once you spit out what it is, what your standards are, and what you need them to step to, then they can just step to that long enough to get you in the bed, or long enough to steal from you, or long enough to do you wrong, or long enough to drag you into the relationship deep enough that you can't easily pull out. You never show your whole card in poker, and you never show your whole card in dating. Don't do it. Do not tell them all of your rules and regulations and all the stuff that you want. Because a person that means you that means you harm, they're already used to just waiting for you to talk and give them their game plan for tripping you out. So don't do that. Act accordingly means you're gonna cut your losses and move the heck on. Full stop. So those are your triple A tactics to increase your odds of finding the right person and the right date or the right relationship before Valentine's Day. Now, if you want to know more about what you want to look for, go to this video right here and see who to look for and what your warning signs are. I'm Dr. Linda. Always remember, your greatest power is realized in the truth of who you are. Know that truth.